We don't truly know ourselves. We think we do because we can answer the most basic questions like what color we like, what food we like, what music we like listening to. But we rarely reflect on the deeper parts of ourselves, like for example our core beliefs, our values, our habits, our honest opinions outside of the influence of other people. I'm Magic Maggie and I'll be happy to take you on this journey with me today and learn how to get to know yourself. If you're ready, let's get started. Getting to know yourself is not a straight path like going from point A to point B. It is a constant journey because we constantly evolve and we constantly grow. But setting foot on that path is so important because a lot of us have a vision of who we want to become. Like a GPS, to get to a certain point, you need to know where you are first, and that's what we aim to achieve here. So this video is completely oriented towards people who are on the path of self-discovery and growing into the best version of themselves. We must start at the foundation, or at the base, which means our cores and our beliefs. We must identify them, and we also must identify how we execute them. If you believe you're an honest person, then do you speak up when you see someone else being dishonest? Do you admit when you make mistakes? Or do you just selectively choose to be honest? If you believe you're someone trustworthy, then do you show up for others when they need you? Do you keep the promises you make to them? And most importantly, do you keep the promises that you make to yourself? Or did you promise yourself that you'll transform and become a healthier version of yourself, yet you continue stuffing your face with junk food? Only when you understand those beliefs, those values, your habits, everything about yourself, can you turn to the person that you want to become, because then you're going to ask yourself, what does my ideal version do in this case? How does this person act? What are their beliefs? It is so important because just like a machine or your phone even, when you understand how it works, then you can use it to your advantage. You will no longer easily be influenced by other people because you know your core values and you know your core beliefs. You will not let other people influence you. You will be taking all of your power back to yourself and you will not be giving it to anybody else. Another really important thing is, if you want to accomplish something, you need to understand what your on button is. Your on button is going to be the thing that you can exploit to the maximum when you want to accomplish something. And it can change over time, or it may remain the same for your whole life. For example, my on button is horseback riding, and then when I want to accomplish something, I tell myself, okay, if you finish this task, for example, then you can go on and book a riding lesson. Your on button can even be motivational quotes. It doesn't have to be something you reward yourself with. Maybe when you see someone is doing really well, then you're like fired up and you want to get to their level. Anything that works for you, exploit it and use it to your advantage. As long as it's healthy, of course. Another really important point I want to touch here is that we people have amazing intuition, yet we don't use it enough. You need to start listening to your own advice, because most of the times you already know what to do. I am a firm believer that if you truly listen to that little voice in your head or in your gut or wherever it is placed, that you will truly get to know yourself. It's like when everyone is trusting that one person, but you're kind of a little bit, I don't really feel good about them. Or is that little voice that tells you, ooh, you left the window open, or you should call your brother or your sister. Or in the horror movies, trust me, if people didn't go down that basement, they would be safe. But they didn't, because they didn't trust their intuition. But the point is, you already know what you have to do to get to the point you want to. You just need to start listening to your own advice. If you see your friend is in an unhealthy relationship, then you're gonna tell them, dump that guy or that girl. But when it comes to you, you don't listen to your own advice. You don't apply it to yourself, and you need to start doing more of that. And to conclude this, I'm going to add one more tip for you here, and that is to journal. Or if you're not into journaling, just some sort of voice memos or, I don't know, a vlog, whatever works for you. But I feel like the best way to get to know yourself is to record what you're thinking, your progress, everything you are doing. Sometimes when I look at my old entries, I'm like, ooh, I really noticed this is a pattern in my behavior, or I've been doing this and maybe it's wrong, or I should keep doing more of this. Journaling is essentially a little door, if you want to call it, to your inner and to your true self. That is why so many people recommend it, because it's so good for you. Alright, if you like this video, like, subscribe, share with your friends, and leave a comment down below. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye!